So Michael,
Yes.
a very experienced pilot, knew exactly what he was doing, had the protocols, had everything else, perhaps with the best of intentions, knew the potential. What on earth happened? I mean, you're a pilot. What happened?
Yeah, well, I think, I'm not a pilot as history, I'm a recreational pilot. And the first thing we get taught of a recreational pilot is, hey, you don't have to get there. You fly for fun.
Exactly. It's like us sailing. If the weather window's crap, just stay put.
Yeah. So we've got a totally different mindset on it. Our mindset is check, double check, triple check. If there's any sign, why bother?
Yep.
But a commercial pilot is a little bit different because they're under pressures. Their job performance, their criteria, a little bit like running a business. It's someone goes, yeah, but I wouldn't do that. Yeah, but you're running a hobby.
Yeah.
You're a recreational pilot. You don't have to. You're running a hobby. It doesn't matter if the cake doesn't get baked for the stall this weekend because of the kids were sick or whatever.
Yeah.
But on a bakery, a commercial environment,
Yep, absolutely.
as for a commercial pilot, the pressures are suddenly different.
Thinking about that, or listening to that now, does that behaviour in a completely removed situation seem completely irrational?
It does, because I think you're looking at the standard of the pilot. The thing that I think strikes me about that, if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody.
Yep, but that irresistible pull, for want of a better word. I mean, I think in business we don't necessarily think about, we think about the situation, we think about the potential consequences, but immediately that you do that, your brain starts to go, oh no, it's okay, that's fine, I can cope with this, and you start to discount the potential impact there. And then suddenly your solution to whatever the issue is outweighs the likelihood, you rationalise the likelihood this potential impact. I mean, how many times have we gone, oh look, I'm not going to bring that client back, I'll wait, and then all of a sudden you have a train wreck because your client's gone, and all of a sudden you've gone, well, it's not that important, but in the world it is.
Yes, yeah. I think when the pressure mounts, and I think it's a good thing you're describing there, in when pressure situations come up, business people, everyone, all of us, will try to do things and justify and discount the risks. And go, it'll never happen.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's like, there's so many things unknown, and we like to think, I think as business owners, that we go, right, we actually, do I have all the pieces?
Yeah.
And you go, I know this, and I know this, and I know this, and I don't really know that, but you know what, that doesn't really, it's not a big thing. And I know this, and I know this, and I know this. So therefore, with all that information, I can either, you get procrastination, I can waffle about it, I can just, wobble about a bit and make some random decision, or I can just get going, just make the decision, get on with it, and what's the worst thing that could happen? And can I survive that worst thing happening? Yeah, fine.
I think that's a good question. What's the worst thing that can happen, and can I survive it? And maybe if the airline pilot had gone, I can't, see, you said he'd already set off, then stopped, and I'm thinking, how long's the runway? Well,
the co-pilot has gone, wait, hang on, dude. There's a problem here. We haven't got clearance.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if they got clearance, they would have still hit but maybe he wouldn't have stopped, and maybe he would have started earlier down the track.
That's it.
So little mistakes start to compound.
He'd already started. If he'd just clipped the plane with the back end, the front had cleared it. Had he not stopped, reset, and started again, would he have actually cleared it? And would he have gone, we've been hearing about the closest call in history instead.
Yes, yeah, maybe, and there's been quite a few of them. So I suppose it's that compounding, that desperation that just overrides common sense.
But when you stand back and you're looking at it from the outside, as you're going on, you can see where this is going, and you're going, no, he wouldn't do that. No, surely not. No. And you just watch this train wreck happening. But how many times when we're either in our own business or as a team member of another business or part of a mastermind group or somehow involved in a networking group, do we actually sit there and as someone telling that story, you go, you didn't? Really? You what? No! And as a third party observer, even with that 20/20 hindsight vision, you have this really clear, what the hell are you doing? What were you thinking? Oh, clearly you weren't.
Yes.
So as small business owners, think of all the systems that he had in place around him. But when you take out KLM head office, you take out the protocol, what he's really got is a micro business.
He has.
The inside of that cockpit is a micro business.
And it's just his office.
It's just his office.
Yeah.
So he's got, sure, we've all got documentation, and we've talked about this before, the need to write, especially if you're franchising or you're looking at selling a business, documenting your processes so that when the wheels fall off or you happen to be having a bad day, someone can come in and run that same process. They can run your reports, they can deal with your basic clients. You've got that set there. So and a lot of times we've got that, and we choose not to follow it for whatever reason.
It was interesting because I went on a film shoot with Keith Ellis, and we were talking about the basics of film shooting. Yes, you make sure your batteries are charged. You make sure you've got 2 cameras. You make sure you've got, and you tick them all off the night before, and you pack all your gear, and you get your checklist. But how many times would you go, she'll be right, I think I've got it all, and you get there, I forgot to charge that battery.
That would never happen to us.
Or you come back and you go, I've got to get the cards out of the camera, because the protocol is as soon as you get back to the office, the first thing you do, take the cards out of the digital cameras, put them onto the hard drive so they're backed up. So if something happens or your format, and I'm not going to confess that any shows in this department have ever been overwritten and disappeared.
No.
But
hypothetically, it could happen.
It could happen if you didn't follow the actual protocols. But how many times, so you rush home and you go in there, so you rush back in our situation, we come back on a film shoot and we go, well, I'm tired now, I'm hot, I'm thirsty, the wife's got tea, I'm going to run home, I'll do it in the morning.
Yeah.
And here comes your train wreck.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, but we all do it all of the time. Not all the time, and sometimes it doesn't matter.
No, sometimes you get away with it.
And sometimes you go, actually, that worked better. Here's an opportunity to review and improve that process.
It's funny because if the plane hadn't been parked across the runway, he would have got away with it.
Yeah. Well,
he might have got reprimanded for, hey, you forgot this bit. And he might have later thought to himself, oh, that was silly.
But
unfortunately, in this situation, not only has he forgotten the protocol, forgotten to take the discs out of the cameras when you got back to the office, he's actually got something sitting across his path he's collided with. And oh my goodness, the client walked in a hurry and you forgot. So you just format your drives and film and go, oops.
Oh, oops, what about that client from yesterday?
Or you didn't fill in your paperwork properly. You have a protocol filling out paperwork for clients and you misplace it. So then the client rings up and where's my job? Oops.
Had exactly that happened the other day. We've been really super busy with what we've been doing, which is unusual. Usually this is a bit of a wind down time of year, but for some reason people have decided that they're still working, so are we.
So are you.
And we had exactly that happen the other day, and it was just ridiculous. And I think I've said before, we've just got to the point, I picked up the phone, and this is a client, I recognised the number, and I could not, for the life of me, place her. And I've gone, hi. She said, oh, blah, blah, blah. And she's launched in the middle of the story because she's rung about a continuing investigation we're doing. And I'm thinking, is it a house? Is it a property? Did we sample? I'm thinking, I don't even, because I put their name, and I usually, in my phone, I'll put the name, the client's name, and then their address, because at least that gives me half a cue as to what the heck when they ring. And I'm going, Judy. And I'm sitting in front of my computer with my phone, and I've gone, Google, no, I've gone, Judy. Damn it. She's clearly the client rep.
Yeah.
What company? And she was talking, and I'm going, you're making all those nondescript sort of kind of, I'll just bring that up. Help me. And all of a sudden, thank goodness, my PA walks in, and she goes, I'm thinking, oh God.
Then you're back on track.
Rescued, but she can see through the glass door of my office, and I was clearly going, what the hell? Yeah. And the worst thing was that she had rung my mobile. So it wasn't even like she'd come through the PA and you know, they'd been able to go, So I go, oh my God, I hate that.
Yeah.
And the same thing can happen. So luckily, had Bria not been there, been able to go, this is who it is, or recognise the voice, or whatever gave her the cue was, I loved her forever.
Yeah, thank goodness for that.
If that hadn't happened, that could quite easily have been, because they are one of our AAA clients. There is no way I should have forgotten that, but with everything else I had going on, and then I actually sort of kind of was just finishing a report, grabbed the phone and gone, oh yeah, and then my brain just went bonk.
Yeah.
And this is this, you can imagine, so all the protocols that we've got, and we've got a good number of protocols in place because we've got obviously people coming and going and subcontractors and everything. Again, that failure to follow our protocol led to this completely and utterly irrational set of sequence of things. And what I got to the end of the day is I've gone, actually, that was a pain in the neck. But the rest of my day, which was complete chaos flying by the seat of my pants, I realised I actually really enjoyed it. Which is not the way we're supposed to operate a business.
No.
And we've moved away from that for so long. And that's what sparked this conversation today. I suddenly realised that irrational behaviour, that complete fly by the seat of the pants, she'll be right, I'll wing this and we'll do a bit of this and we'll do a bit of that, and that worked, is actually irresistible. It's like, when you've been on that, haven't eaten sugar all week, and there's that bit of carrot cake, and you go, carrots are healthy, aren't they? Yeah, the carrot cake, it's got more sugar in it, it'll be fine. Yeah. And usually there's that irresistible pull of at the end of the day with the beer and the carrot cake. It has that same sort of almost drug effect sometimes. And I'm not saying that's what, obviously, our pilot here has gone through, because he was clearly motivated by achieving an end goal. Yeah. He was doing all the wrong things for all the right reasons. And we do that so often, is that carrot cake, the carrot on the stick, but better.
All the wrong things for all the right reasons. Let's take a break. I want to come up with a bit of a wrap on this and what some of the advice you might give for business
you do,
owners.
since it's my show.
Yes.
We'll be right back, apparently.